Are you sure you're not accidentally cutting your dog's life short? You probably think you're doing everything right, feeding them, walking them, giving them all the love in the world. But some of the quietest, most hidden mistakes happen in the most ordinary moments, and they add up faster than you'd ever expect. In this video, we're breaking down the 10 worst things dog owners do without even realizing it. And the last one is so shockingly common. It might be happening in your home right now. Now, let's get into it. Number 10. Skipping annual vet visits. You only take your dog to the vet when something looks wrong, but by then, the damage is often already done. Vets call this the silent killer problem, because diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and early-stage cancer show zero visible symptoms for months or even years. A routine checkup includes blood work that can catch kidney dysfunction before your dog loses 75% of kidney function, which is the point when symptoms finally appear. Your vet can also detect heart murmurs through a stethoscope long before your dog shows any signs of fatigue or coughing. Many owners skip visits to save money, but treating advanced disease costs 10 to 20 times more than catching it early. Ask your vet specifically about breed-related risks at every visit, because a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel needs different screening than a Labrador. One annual visit per year is genuinely one of the cheapest life extension tools you have. Number 9. Overfeeding, just because they beg. Those eyes could melt stone, we get it, but every extra treat is quietly chipping away at your dog's lifespan. Obese dogs are at significantly higher risk for torn ligaments, hip dysplasia, and chronic joint inflammation that makes every step painful. Extra body fat doesn't just sit there. It actively produces inflammatory hormones that stress the heart, liver, and pancreas simultaneously. A study published in the Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine found that dogs kept at a lean body condition lived nearly 2 years longer than their overweight littermates. You can still reward your dog. Just swap high-calorie treats for small pieces of carrot, blueberry, or cucumber, which most dogs love just as much. Feel your dog's ribs with light pressure. If you can't feel them easily, your dog is likely already overweight. Loving your dog sometimes means saying no to that fourth treat of the day. Number 8. Ignoring dental health. Here's something most owners don't know. By age 3, over 80% of dogs already have some form of gum disease. The real danger isn't bad breath. It's the bacteria living in that infected gum tissue. Those bacteria enter the bloodstream every single time your dog chews, swallows, or even yawns. Research from Cornell University's College of Veterinary Medicine has directly linked periodontal disease in dogs to damage in the heart valves, kidneys, and liver over time. You don't have to brush perfectly. Even wiping teeth with a gauze pad 3 times a week reduces plaque buildup significantly. Dental chews like greenies are helpful, but not enough on their own. They can't reach below the gum line where real bacteria hide. If your dog's breath could clear a room, that's not normal. That's a warning sign. Book a professional dental cleaning if it's been more than a year. Your vet can do it safely under anesthesia. Number 7. Wrong collar or harness use. Constant pulling on a neck collar isn't just uncomfortable for your dog, it puts direct pressure on the trachea and cervical spine with every single tug. Small breeds like Chihuahuas, Pugs, and Yorkshire Terriers are especially vulnerable because their tracheas are already narrow and fragile. You might not notice the damage until your dog develops a chronic honking cough, which is actually the sound of a collapsing trachea. Switch to a front clip harness or a Y-shaped harness that doesn't press across the chest or throat. Make sure you can fit 2 fingers under any collar or harness. Tighter than that restricts breathing and blood flow to the head. A properly fitted harness doesn't just protect your dog, it also gives you better control on walks without the guilt. Number 6. Not enough mental stimulation. A bored dog isn't just chewing your furniture out of spite. It's a dog under genuine chronic stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, and in dogs, long-term elevated cortisol has been linked to weakened immune function, digestive problems, and even early cognitive decline. You can fix this with something as simple as a snuffle mat, a frozen Kong, or a 10-minute training session each day. Rotate toys weekly so your dog's brain treats familiar objects as something new and exciting. Even changing your walking route gives your dog hundreds of new smells to process, which is mentally exhausting in the best possible way. A tired brain makes for a calmer, healthier, and happier dog. Number 5. Toxic household items left in reach. You probably know about chocolate, but the full list of toxic items will genuinely surprise you. Xylitol, a sweetener found in sugar-free gum, peanut butter, and even some vitamins, can cause fatal liver failure in dogs within 72 hours of ingestion. Grapes and raisins can trigger sudden kidney failure even in small amounts, and researchers still don't fully understand why. Common houseplants like sago palm, autumn crocus, and lily of the valley are highly toxic and keep a low profile in most homes. Some popular essential oil diffusers, especially those using tea tree or eucalyptus oil, can cause neurological symptoms in dogs who breathe the concentrated mist. Do a room-by-room audit of your home this week. The ASPCA's Animal Poison Control website has a free full list you can use. Number 4. Skipping parasite prevention. Heartworm isn't just a gross topic to skip past. It's a slow death sentence that often goes undetected for over a year. The parasite is transmitted through a single mosquito bite, which means even indoor dogs are at risk. By the time symptoms like coughing, fatigue, and weight loss appear, the worms may already be living in the heart and lungs. Treatment for advanced heartworm disease is painful, expensive, and not always successful. Prevention costs about $10 to $15 per month. Ticks carry Lyme disease and ehrlichiosis, both of which can cause permanent joint damage and organ failure if untreated. Year-round prevention is far simpler than the alternative. Number 3. Too much or too little exercise. Finding the right amount of exercise for your dog isn't guesswork. It's one of the most important things you can calibrate as an owner. Puppies under 12 months should follow the 5-minute rule, no more than 5 minutes of structured exercise per month of age, twice a day. Over-exercising a puppy damages the growth plates in their joints, leading to arthritis and mobility problems that show up years later. Under-exercising an adult dog leads to obesity, behavioral issues, and cardiovascular decline. A senior greyhound and a young border collie need completely different routines. Knowing your breed's energy profile matters enormously. Talk to your vet about building an age-appropriate exercise plan, especially after any injury or surgery. Number 2. Free-feeding dry kibble. Their whole life. Feeding the same ultra-processed kibble every single day might be convenient, but your dog's kidneys are quietly paying the price. Dry kibble contains only about 10% moisture, while the dog's natural prey diet contains around 70%, which means dogs on dry-only diets are in a constant state of mild chronic dehydration. This low-grade dehydration over years has been strongly linked to kidney disease and bladder stone formation in dogs. Adding even a small amount of warm water, wet food, or lightly cooked whole foods to each meal makes a measurable difference in hydration and digestion. Check your kibble's ingredient list. If the first 3 ingredients aren't a named meat source, you're feeding your dog mostly filler. Rotating between 2 or 3 quality protein sources also reduces the risk of developing food sensitivities over time. Number 1. Letting them drink from puddles or shared bowls. It looks harmless. It might even look adorable, but that puddle could kill your dog within days. Puddles collect runoff from lawns, roads, and animal waste, making them a concentrated source of leptospirosis, a bacterial infection that causes fatal kidney and liver failure. Leptospirosis can infect humans too, so this is genuinely a family health issue, not just a dog issue. Shared water bowls at dog parks and pet store entrances spread parvovirus and kennel cough between dogs in seconds, and both viruses can survive on surfaces for months. Parvovirus in particular has a fatality rate of up to 91% in unvaccinated dogs who don't receive treatment quickly. Carry a collapsible silicone bowl and a small water bottle on every walk. It takes 30 seconds to fill and could literally save your dog's life. Now you know the mistakes that are quietly stealing years from your dog's life. But avoiding harm is only half the battle. The other half is actively healing your dog with the right foods. So go ahead and check out our next video, where we break down 10 human foods that fix 95% of the health issues we just talked about. Your dog's longest, healthiest life might already be sitting in your kitchen, and you'd never know it.